What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some more Watcher of Realms, and today, what we want to do is I want to try to take care of Stage 3 in Gear Dungeon 2. Personally for me, I find Gear Dungeon 2 a little easier than Gear Dungeon 1, just because you still get to utilize tanking and blocking enemies, whereas in the first Gear Dungeon, it's all about just raw DPS and pushing out as fast as possible, otherwise, you're just going to get smoked by all the healing, and that's not good. So Gear Dungeon 2, a little bit easier. We're going to try Stage 3 today. Before we do that, a couple of things I want to do. First, I want to awaken all the heroes that we're going to be using, because I feel like that's going to give us the best chance at beating it, but also, we need to, right? We got a ton of copies for heroes we use, so I want to go ahead and awaken those up. And I might even start using my soul stones. I know, that sounds crazy, but we're probably going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and just start ripping through these, because we got some. Some of the less important heroes I don't use that often I've already awakened up, but we're going to go ahead and take this guy to 4. I might come back and 5 him later just to get the cost reduction, but for right now, just a little more penetration is never a bad deal. Greed, we got 3 copies of Greed, which I almost never pull Greed, ever. In all the summonings I've ever done, I just never get this dude. Couldn't believe I pulled 3 of them yesterday. That's absolutely insane. We're going to get this guy going up. His awakenings are actually pretty solid. This soul reaping stack right here, when he kills people, it boosts his attack. This increases it to 5 instead of 3, so it's another 30% attack, which is pretty insane, as long as he's killing people, which hopefully he is. 8% crit rate is not a bad amount of crit to add on either. A lot of them are 5%, so that's a little bit stronger than those. That's great, makes gearing just a little bit easier. And the 5th awakening here is super nice for him. When he casts Purgatory, he now no longer either slows or burns. He slows and burns, which is super duper great. We're going to go ahead and pop this copy in there for the last one. And now we've got ourselves an A5 Greed. That should make things like Gear Dungeon 1, Gear Raid 1 a lot easier. And pretty much any content where you need magic damage, that's going to be great. So boom, got ourselves an A5 Greed. That's awesome. Brienne, I think we snagged 2 copies. Yeah, 2 copies of her, so a little bit of an attack bonus here. Never going to be a bad thing. Always love to see that. And then her split shot damage getting increased by a little bit is also nice. Go ahead and pop that in there. Bam! There we go. We got her upgraded a little bit. And Wrath. Wrath, I'll probably end up using Soul Stones to go ahead and take to 5, just because A5 is so useful. Being able to, heal himself. Kitty, kitty. Go on. You got attacked by my cat. She wanted pettins. She's feeling ignored, but that's okay. She'll be fine. Let's go ahead and pop an awaken here on Wrath. Get the burning. That's nice. Love to see a little bit of burning damage coming from him. It's always a good deal. But the big thing we're going for here is we're going for the penetration and the self-heal. This is primarily the thing we want. Making sure he doesn't die is huge in a lot of content. So we're going to go ahead and just pop 2 soul stones into Wrath and just get him there. Let's go ahead and get this dude A5'd. It's over with. It's done with. We're going to do it eventually anyway. We need him there. So now we've got him there, and that's huge. Who else are we going to be taking in? Dolores. We got a Dolores copy, didn't we? We did. 1,200 more flat HP. I'll take that. If it was flat attack, that'd be disgustingly good. But HP just definitely makes her a little bit less squishy, a little bit more survivable in things like Apocalypse or in guild boss fights. Helps reduce the HP requirements on her gear a little bit. How's she looking right now? 23,000, so that's pretty good. Not as much attack as I would like, but the Glacier set makes up for a little bit of that. She does get a little bit of that attack back. Either way, let's keep peeking around here. Any other awakens we're going to do? I mean, we can awaken Vargas. We might as well. We got the copy. Go ahead and throw this on him. Bam. There we go. And now we've got a Vargas awakened once. We'll use him eventually. For analyses, that's pretty much everyone I think we're going to use straight away. But still have some soul stones to use, and since Deimos copies have been very few and far between for us, I'm just going to go ahead and take this guy all the way up to A5, because I use him in all my guild boss fights. He's probably one of my favorite epic heroes anyways. He looks freaking awesome. And why not? You know, we've got the soul stones, we might as well use them, get this guy going up. We use him everywhere, so not using them is just holding us back. Let's go ahead, pop all these in here. So his awakens are actually really solid. The first one gives him self-sustain during his ult, which is nice. It's actually pretty sizable heals as well. It's very hard to kill Deimos when he's ulting. The second, crit rate, just makes gearing him a little easier. Never a bad thing. His tearing stat cap going up by 1 just gives him an extra 15% damage, which is nice. That's just a good thing. And then Get some penetration. Penetration's always good, especially for boss content. Getting through defense is huge, especially since Deimos has a lower than average flat attack stat, like when he's maxed out, so that helps. And then this final one, when his tearing stacks reach the full, it makes sense. His attacks start ignoring 15% of the target's defense, so that's really, really nice as well. It really helps out on his damage. Let's go ahead and get that one in as well. Bam, there we go. A5 Deimos, now part of the team. That feels good. Love to see that. Who else? I mean, we could A5 Maul just for the cost reduction, and don't get me wrong, I'm tempted. I am. I mean, I have, what, 3 stones left? That would leave us with 2, and we could bump up like Hollow to A5, Dan to A5, whatever. We could take some other people up, but right now, I'm going to leave it sitting as is, because I don't think we necessarily need this cost reduction right now. It's definitely nice, but I don't think it's required for what we're going to try to do. With all that done, now we're going to jump in and knock out our campaign stages. We're only going to do 4 of them today, and we'll do 4, I guess, tomorrow or the day after, whenever we get to it again, to finish this up. I want to get this finished. This is the last thing for storyline. Once that's done, it's gone. We ain't got to worry about it anymore. So, boom, let's jump in here. Ooh, we fight this one all the time. I do this stage like literally all week long. It seems like this is the one that I get for my daily quests. Sip some coffee. So you'd think I'd be really good at it. Will I be? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I want to say the boss comes in like up here and kind of stands still. So I do want to like, what in the heckin'? Nope. Doing all kinds of buggy crap on me. We'll put Elysia here to kind of deal with this herself. Shouldn't be an issue. I'm debating how I want to throw Hollow in. Could just try to block this off entirely with Wrath and let him smoke on all these dudes. And he should be able to do that relatively well. I'm not sure how much of a blow-by we're going to end up having. 1, 2, 3. Seems like kind of a waste for her attack range. Whatever, we'll just have her dealing with bats. It should be fine. I don't think it's going to make too big of a difference. Get some heals here to make sure everyone's healed up. And then we can probably throw Brienne down here behind like this. It's kind of like a little stopgap. She won't get healed back here, but she also shouldn't take a lot of damage. In fact, she shouldn't really take any damage. We can pop her as like someone does sneak past Wrath. We have someone else to shoot at them, and that will be nice. We can always pop Idril's ability as well. Here comes this bro. We're just going to go to bolt him down with Elysia insanely fast, and there he goes. that was crazy fast. She's so good, dude. Easily the best epic hero. I mean, in my opinion, like she's just good like everywhere, and that's nice. I'm going to save on to Estrid here in case I do end up needing her. Go ahead and pop her ult, start sniping some dudes. I don't think I'm going to need to drop her down anywhere. But, you know, it's nice to have one in your back pocket in case somebody's slipping by and you're like, whoop, panic Estrid. Only, what, 5 enemies left to go. She is still an ult. Dude, Idril is so good. Easily the best epic. No, but she is really good. Honestly, like, Idril, Elysia, I would say, I mean, you could say, like, Dolores and Hollow, or not Dolores and Hollow, Dolores and Laurel. They're probably like all like epic heroes that are pretty much legendary heroes because they do so much work for you. It's crazy. But there we go. That stage went down pretty easy. 30 more diamonds in the pocket. We are back up to like 10,000 diamonds. That's because I sold off all the 3 stars from our last summonings. We are like pretty much out of summoning crystals though. We probably have like 10 left now. Try to build those back up for maybe a good banner comes around. My luck, we just A5 Deimos. There'll be a banner that pops up. It's like, oh, hey, look, Deimos is on offer. Like, H. But it's whatever. That's just the way it goes. We'll see. All right. Here we go. We've got some birds coming in up top. I can probably just smoke that bird out immediately. And that's what we're going to do. They're going to try to sneak probably. Oh, it's just that guy. Birds coming up top. So I'm going to save my dudes for up there. We do have an A5 Wrath now. So he should be able to easily just like smoke on these dudes and heal himself and be fine. Probably don't even need to worry about, look at that, 27,000 health. Are you kidding me? Bro is doing absolutely fine right now. I think we just do like this. She'll attack air units as well. We made a grievous error in judgment. We have not. Maybe? Are they going to turn on me? Of course they're gonna turn on me. Eadriel Sniper! Yeah! Get him! But this opens up a little worry, Pants. We're gonna put her back here as a little bit of a stopgap. Ooh, that was a close one. But Eadriel coming in clutch there, smoking that dude out for me. Thank you for sniping that mouse. He was about to make it through. He was on his way. He was on the warpath, all right? He was like, I'm taking you down with me. But we got him. We got him. Legolas over here. Female Legolas. Not today, nerd. Just sipping some coffee. I don't even have a healer down right now. I hadn't realized that, but we're doing okay, so it's not too big of a deal. I guess I can just pop it down like right here. I doubt Brienne ever takes damage. This will make sure Elysia stays alive. We should be good. So there's quite a few enemies on this stage, honestly. Pop this, pop that, pop her. Just start ulting these dudes down and smoking them. Get this guy dead as early as possible. Although, let's see how much damage he does. 10,000, so he does hit really hard. But there's that ult. Oh, he didn't get a chance to heal himself. But yeah, he's healing like 15,000+ damage per smack in this ult. It's insane. And my Wrath is not even like super well geared, so obviously a better geared hero would even heal more, but it just goes to show you, because he gets his ult back really, really quick. Soulbound Arcana would probably go insane on Wrath. I need more gear. I just need better gear. But yeah, super duper nice. We got 1, 2. This is the 3rd stage, I think, for the day. Yeah. We're going to leave 4 at the very end. Like so. I don't know if they bring in the Red Bros here. Could be wrong on that. They do bring in the Red Bros indeed. We're just going to snipe these Red Bros down as fast as possible. I really don't want to deal with them. They're kind of annoying. Up top, I think we could just run like an Elysia right here to be just absolutely insane and do pretty well. She can kind of heal herself a little bit, but not as well as Wrath does. I could pop her down right here, and that just makes sense to me to cover both lanes. She's taking a little bit of damage up top, but she's okay. We can pop... Does that even make any sense? No. Does this make sense? Much more so. That allows us to put another ground unit down here in case someone does try to be sneaky and get past us. We have an option to make sure they don't. We'll just put Wrath down here. I think those red mages do AoE damage, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to make it to us. Go ahead and just duke this dude down. Good lord, dude, her damage is just nuts. It's absolutely crazy. You know what they need? They need like a 3D map where you can like zoom in and like go around like the whole thing. That would be cool. That would be fun. I mean, is it useful to gameplay? Not really, but it would be cool for me because I could like zoom in and get like action shots for thumbnails. Hey, that would be interesting. I would like it. But we don't have that. So, here's what it is. Delicious black coffee. So good. 13 enemies left to go. You just punched her right in the noggin. But she's okay. She's fine. She's Elysia. 394,000 damage. Did you just... What the heck? Get him! 6 enemies left on this stage. Shouldn't be too bad. Wrath's not getting too much of a workout back here. The only downside to Wrath that I don't like is he pops his ult immediately when he gets it. This is good in some situations, like, for example, Soulbound Arcana would be relatively nice because he will just build it up on his own faster. But it is nice to save ults like this for when enemies are actually attacking him. Whew. Just kidding, we're fine. Because otherwise, like, he doesn't get that self-heal from his ultimate, so, I mean, it is what it is. But either way, A5 Wrath doing good things. Elysia pretty much carrying the team there, I think. Yeah, doing some serious damage. Give me those 30 diamonds. Let's move on to the final stage for the day before we jump over to Gear Dungeon 2 and try to knock that sucker out. So, 1 crystal to defend, multiple angles of attack. Shouldn't be too bad. We've seen all this before. I guess we'll just have Wrath cover this side. He should be okay. He'll self-heal, and I don't think he'll take enough damage for it to be a problem. Question is, we're not going to get Elysia down in time. I'm going to pop her down like this just to chop these dudes early, and then we'll pop down Elysia probably in front of that. Get her over here, and then we'll probably put Brienne facing up that way to help on this lane. She'll help on this lane. It'll all work out. She's going to chill back there just out of attack range just because she wants to be that way, and that's fine. You do you, all right? Pop a little hammer lightning for no reason other than to do it. 42 enemies, it's quite a few. Are we gonna need a healer? That's the real question. I guess we can just pop Elysia here. It should work out just fine for us. If I was feeling nutty, I could heal everyone just like this. And I guess we will, because why not? Pop Idril, start sniping everybody out. Clear the wave slightly faster. And then we even pop Hollow, honestly, just to kind of recharge her ult in the background. Get it kind of going. I guess I could bring Laurel or something just to recharge Idril and have her like cheese the crap out of these stages. But she's already doing a pretty good job of that herself. She just wiped out like 15 enemies. Go ahead and pop that, do some lightning on people. She's finally run out of the ult recharging itself, and honestly, some serious damage was just put out right there. But that's why I like Idril. You know, she's just good. She hits the whole map. It's really, really handy to be able to do that. Down to the final 5. Pop that ult just for funsies. Ooh, we got a red bro coming in. That'll be fun to deal with. Little AoE poison going on. Pop her ult. Bounce that around. Smoke those dudes out. And that's it. Alright, campaign for the day. Done. Absolutely finished. And now we got to try the harder mode, which is Gear Dungeon 2. Stage 3. Now the big deal about Stage 3 is it unlocks our opportunities to start farming. Boop. Let's get over here and take a little quick peek-see at it. Start farming forge mats. So up here at Stage 1 and 2, you can still get variant gear. You can't even get like ancient variant gear, just regular unidentifieds. 3 opens up not only the ancient variant gear, which is still pretty rare, don't get me wrong, but it also opens up the farming of actual fabrics and scales. We're almost back to 400 of those each already. That's crazy. But obviously you get better dungeon crystals as well. Not as big of a deal. But yeah, these are a big deal. Farming bunches and bunches of forge mats is great. That's super awesome. If we can beat 3, there's a chance we can beat 4. 5 is going to get different. I think 5 introduces, yes, the Spectre doing fatal damage when it disappears, so you need to boop it. I don't really have any boopers built right now to boop it back, so that could be a problem for us. But either way, we're going to give this one a run. Hopefully it goes well. We'll see. This is the team comp I'm bringing in. I probably won't use Isolde. I don't think it's going to make any sense to do so. I'm just going to run Olag as a tank in front of Elysia to deal with the boss, because the boss is only damageable by magic damage, which is interesting. That everything else is immune to magic except for the boss, so you have like a little weird mechanic to deal with there. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. We just A5'd Wrath and Deimos. They're going to hold this bottom lane for me, and they should do absolutely fine. No, they've been upgraded. He got 5% penetration increase, but nothing really outside of that. Hopefully he can deal with this top all by himself. If he can't, Estrid's going to be backup damage for him. I don't really need Brienne, honestly, here at all. I don't think I'm going to deploy her. But let's jump in and give it a shot. We're at 610,000 battle power. That's actually not bad. Pretty impressed with that. So first things first, let's get our dudes down to defend this. This is where enemies come in to start. We'll throw Deimos back here. I like to keep him one tile back from Wrath, so he's not also in that little stinky gas bubble that the little, I don't know, what is she? The Banshee. If he's right up here behind Wrath touching butts, he's going to take extra damage from this AoE that she puts out as well. So if I keep him back a tile, Vortex only has to worry about healing him. It just makes things a little bit easier. Who are we going to put down next? Can't remember exactly what the timing is on when enemies start showing up and coming out, so we'll have to play it a little bit by ear. I know we have dudes come out the back here, some archers. I know we're going to have a mini-boss spawning, so we'll get Elysia down to start charging some ult, and then we'll get Hollow up here to heal her. And we're going to face Hollow this way so she also heals this tile, because that's where Maul's going to go. So yes, okay, mini-boss is coming in right now. Go ahead and pop Hollow up here, aimed this way. She should have her ult in time to deal with this mini-boss very quickly. If you don't have Elysia, I guess you could probably just run Olag here and maybe Lunaria or someone like a magical DPS would work. Look how hard that chick hits. That's crazy. So that's why we need Olag. If she takes 2 shots, she's dead. Let's go ahead, pop Maul down in here, like so. We'll need him probably before we need Olag to tank. Go ahead and get Hollow popping. Lunaria's in my head now. Get everyone's ult charging up a little bit. I could pop Deimos down here, might as well. Smoke these dudes out a little bit quicker, make sure they're not splitting on us. If they split, we might be in trouble. We could throw a Lunacy Visor on if we needed to, just to make sure we had one extra block. But here we go. All doing some work up here. Gonna go ahead and pop his ult, throw a big fish at these guys. Does a fair amount of damage now. I think once you move them, they actually start running on their own, and they'll start moving forward like this. But it's looking... I actually just killed this whole wave. Oh, it's so close. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Let's get Olag in here, because I don't want her to be taking damage from this chick. If she does, she will die, and that is bad news bears. Go ahead, pop Elysia here. Hopefully this ball doesn't bounce down to the bottom. It's just bouncing between those two guys and absolutely rinsing them. Perfect. That's awesome. Looking good. Things are looking real great. Haven't really had to pop Vortex's ult here. Everyone's kind of holding up on their own down bottom. She's doing a great job of dealing with these archers. Love that for us. He's ready with his ult again already, which is awesome. Gonna pop Hollow anyways, though, to help recharge her a little bit. We're gonna save on his ultimate until they're a little bit weaker this time, because like you saw, once we moved them and froze them, they started to go ahead and take their walk, even though they have a whole lot longer to sit there and wait. That might have actually just ended up potentially hurting our run. But we're gonna let him get down where I think he can one-shot them. Then we'll throw that fish. He didn't one-shot them, but it's okay because the next attack will take care of that for us. Everything's looking okay. About halfway through the wave. She's got her ult ready for the boss again, so that'll be great. I'm gonna have to wait for a second because I think that ball can actually bounce all the way down to these dudes, which is a bit annoying. We're gonna wait just for a second, let Olag take a little bit of a punch, and then we're gonna pop this ult. And that should be okay. We'll pop Deimos down here, get him smoking on these guys. Mini boss goes down very fast again. 2 archers coming in back here, not gonna be an issue for us. Pop Hollow's ult, start recharging Elysia in the background, and just rinse and repeat. Looks like this process is working very well. It looks like Stage 3 is going to go down today, and that's big for us. Being able to farm Stage 3 is a big milestone. Holy crap, Maul just almost got freaking decimated, bro, by that thing. Go ahead and throw this ult. Ooh, they got a little bit of health left, shockingly. I figured they'd be closer to being dead. They are dead, though. 10 enemies left. So far, so good. Vortex doing a great job of keeping these bottom 4 heroes alive. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Mini boss going to come in. This should be one of, if not the last waves that we have to deal with. Go ahead and just pop Vortex's ult here, just because. We'll wait for a second on Elysia's ult. Get those guys kind of moving through. Pop it. Should just bounce back between the 2 of them now. And that's going to smoke down that boss. There she goes. That's glorious. 4 enemies left. 2 enemies left. I think it's just these 2 back here. I don't think these guys technically count as enemies because they were splits. So it's just these 2 we got to worry about, which will turn into 4 people. If we were worried about DPS right now, we could go ahead and do something like selling off Maul, and then put like Brienne down here to smoke these guys out just a little bit faster. We may do that just for funsies. Let this bloodbath kind of happen, and then pop her in. We might as well. They're going to spawn people up top now. I'm just going to cry and weep. But that shouldn't be the case. We should be okay here. Go ahead and pop this in 2x. It should be all over right now. I don't think there's any chance to fail this. Whew. There we go. Alrighty, so Stage 3 of Gear Dungeon 2 taken down by the only epic account. That feels really good. So now we can farm way more fabric, way more scales for forging T3 gear. Plus, we also have just a better farming mode in general. Look at all those dungeon crystals we have snagged out. Any of these halfway decent? I mean, you could argue for an attack-based healer, that's not terrible. I'll lock on that just in case. Fracture, I don't know. Fracture's a pretty mediocre set, we'll be honest about things. But there we go, Stage 3 down. We could try to tickle Stage 4. Do we? I mean, why not? We did pretty well there, and I don't think anything changed between 3 and 4 except for a slight power bump. Let's give it a go. That one worked out pretty well. I don't think we got too close to dying too often. Maul did get very close to getting smoked out during that explosion, plus the archer shot, so that was a little sketch. But other than that, I mean, that didn't feel too bad. Go ahead and pop these dudes in like we did before. Kind of get the same idea going on here. Pop this in 2x. And I already forgot the order of people dropping in. Wrath doing a great job of kind of healing himself a little bit. Downside is I don't think he's going to heal attacking this Banshee. That's doing quite a bit of damage. Oh, I forgot I have a horn on what's his nuts, but it's okay. It seems to be doing fine. Pop this one in back here. Pop Hollow in right here. And we'll get... Actually, that's going to be the sketchy thing is Elysia going to get one shot now? I wait for that to explode. And then pop her in. I don't know if she's going to get one shot by the boss. If she does, we could be in trouble. Probably should have put her down earlier to charge that ult. We could actually be in a bit of a dookie sandwich right now. We'll see. Pop her ult. She's doing okay. She's alive. And the boss does go down. Okay, so we're good. We're good. We're good-ish. Go ahead and pop this guy's ult. Kind of tear through these guys a little bit faster. That could be an issue for us if we don't actually DPS these guys down fast enough and they split again. That is going to be pretty much over for us. Pop Maul in, and I'll get Olag down in front of her. Looks like our DPS on bottom went okay there. We have a Deimos ult to deal with, which we may not always have. We're going to try to let him do as much attacking up here as possible before we swap gears. I could pop Estrid's ult and take care of these guys. I don't see a reason to right now. They are hurting her a little bit, but we're okay for the most part. We'll wait until they're just about to start walking, and then we'll can't really pop his ult yet anyways, because he's not ready for it. How much is that archer doing? A fair amount of damage. A fair amount. Pop this. They're going to go down, so we can deal with the top side still, and that is a huge benefit to us. Go ahead, pop her ult, get everybody kind of recharging up here, and we'll wait for a second on... How is he attacking backwards? I don't understand. Dog, you shouldn't be able to do that. that should not be possible for you. It also heals this chick if you hit her with physical damage. Not even sure how he was just pulling that off, but he did. So that was interesting for us. Everyone's still doing okay. I'm not sure how close we got to dying on the bottom. I wasn't paying too much of attention. We'll go ahead and pop his ult, heal everybody up, give a little bit extra healing up here to her. You know what? Let's just go ahead and just wipe these dudes out so I'm not worried about it. That sounds like a good idea. Elysia's only about halfway to her ult. Bloodbath gets pretty sketchy when the archers are on the field. Okay, we're doing okay. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Go ahead, ult these guys out up top, smoke them down. They should be pretty close to being dead. Don't know if I need to pop Hollow right yet. He'll build up his ult pretty passively anyways. We'll probably wait until we've already popped her. Wait for a second, let these guys kind of get out of the way. Go ahead and pop that. Pop Hollow now, recharging some ults. These guys have a lot of health. Pop Deimos, make sure we're smoking these dudes down fast enough. That is very important. Hopefully she doesn't get like swarmed and someone walks past her, because she's doing pretty slow DPS. I didn't realize how much health these archers had. It is a freaking lot, bro. That came very close to smoking down Maul again. He does survive it. That's fantastic. Throw an ult up here at these guys. Maybe a little bit early on that. That might come back to haunt me in my nightmares and in my dreams. But so far, 1 down, only 3 left to go. 2, 3 down. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. We can always pop this guy again once this Banshee starts doing her thing and hurting Wrath a little bit. Probably won't necessarily need it, but I might as well go ahead and use that ult when I can. We'll let these guys get out of the way, just like last time, and then we'll pop Elysia's ult, and we should be alright. Smoke on this boss a little bit. Man, that is just so insane of damage. Absolutely decimating. Okay, so at this point, I think these are all the last enemies we're going to have to deal with. We can go ahead and sell them all. I don't think anyone else spawns up top. Get Brienne down here just to help out with DPS a little bit. Need to drink something. My throat's going dry. Go ahead and pop that. Boom, boom, boom. He goes down. Last 2 enemies coming in down here. They're going to become 4 enemies. That's not a problem for us. Throw this in 2x. I think it's pretty much all over at this point, and that is great. All right, let's go ahead and pop Hurl as well. Hammer on these dudes, a little bit of AoE. Super great. And look at that. Not only stage 3 complete, but stage 4 as well. That is super duper nice. I think that's actually where my main is sitting right now, but I haven't really built a booper over there yet either. That might be something we do in the future. I need to build some boopers. All right, did we do that faster than we did on the other one? Yay, forge material. Yes, we can. I understand. Oh, really? Really? I can't even check my gear? Turd. All right, we'll go look at the forge. You know, I've already forged out a bunch of gear. Forge. Yes, you can forge things. I don't wanna. Is it gonna make me forge? Are you kidding me? I have to forge? Guess I'll forge ×1. Super ancient legendary. Not quite, but it is HP defense bonus flat HP on an HP defense set. I'll take it. Seems good to me. So we still have almost 400 of each. We could do some more forging here in a little bit. I'm gonna save up probably to about 1,000 before I do it, but there we go. Stage 3 and Stage 4 both completed on the mini. That is awesome. Epics only. It's pretty cool. What do we got here? We got 600 of these bad boys. We could buy forging mats. I'm probably just gonna save up and buy this variant gear. Can buy ancient variant gear at stage 9. That's friggin' nutsack. We can also buy one mythic chest, which is super nice for 2,000 shards. We should be able to easily reach 2,000 shards. I'd like to buy both of these each month at least, but these are also a pretty good option. Go ahead and get yourself some more forge chances. I always obviously buy the auto fights. Very, very important for farming gear, having your auto fights. But there we go. Stage 3, Stage 4, Gear Dungeon 2 completed. Only epics. I'm feeling pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was easier than I thought it was going to be, but it was also kind of close. Like, Maul was cutting it pretty close in those top heroes, or those top enemies. If they do split into like 8, it's pretty much game over. Maybe Estrid just comes through and just blonde mows them all down. I doubt it. But she's a good backup option there just in case they do sneak through. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button to show your support, and I will see you guys in the next one.